Section 8 voucher maybe have never been renters, and we have an academy where we work with tenants' rights groups and the Small Property Owners Association and the Apartment Association, and help people understand their rights and responsibilities. And maybe if you went for 3 weeks to a Renters Academy, maybe more buildings would open themselves up to you, and people who have Section 8 vouchers could live in different parts of town. So I think there are different ways to approach this. Thank you.
Mr. Potrero, followed by Mr. Duffy.
My question is for Joanna Reese. Joanna, we've been in a lot of these debates, and you've heard me talk about my belief that Proposition H, which ensures that we have $60 million in general fund money provided to the school district, which is scheduled to expire in a couple of years. My position that I think we not only need to extend it, that we need to expand it to $90 million to make sure we're helping educate our kids. Number one, do you support that? And number two, here we are in a great school. And you and I have talked a little bit about the community schools model. And what is your belief as to how we can best utilize this asset to support families in the community and neighborhood?
Thank you. So yes, I do support extending Prop H and making sure that we not only keep it at the level it's at, but we've got to find lots of innovative ways to bring more resources to our school system. The school district is woefully short of money. And I always say my moment of obligation when I knew I had to run was when I became convinced the only way we will significantly impact public education if the mayor makes it a high-level priority. It's going to take a community effort in order for us to really support our public schools. So I am supportive of what are called community schools, where we bring additional resources on site of the school. A lot of the programs that we fund that support children and families, making sure that social workers and mental health professionals and after-school care are on the side of the schools. And there's been great examples. E.R. Taylor's a school in San Francisco where a private citizen funded something called a Healthy Start program. It's 2 social workers, a mental health professional, a nurse, and after-school care. And that school went from a failing school to a blue ribbon school. It's because kids are coming from some tough situations, and we put the entire burden on the teacher. I also think we have an opportunity to engage the business community. Professional development's the first thing that gets cut when we have these budget cutbacks, and there's an opportunity to really get other support for teachers and principals by accessing resources from that community. And then I always say, I'm going to take my extra here, we're like the shoemaker's kids who don't have any shoes. We're supposed to be the innovation capital of the world, and there's a lot of great innovation happening in the areas of things like adaptive learning and individualized curriculum that our kids aren't able to take advantage of because we don't have the money. When I talk to private philanthropists about supporting the public school system, they said they're not going to give money directly to the public school because they want to make sure it goes to something specific. But I do think the mayor can lead initiative to pilot a lot of this new innovation in the public schools with private dollars. And then if we can prove that they're successful, then hopefully we can continue to raise more money to expand those types of innovation across the district in order to really serve our kids. We are losing families at a rapid rate, and it really is going to take the leadership of the mayor to make sure that public schools are great and we're serving all in our community, not those kids who are lucky to get into a specific school.
Mr. Duffy, followed by Ms. Elliott-Peter, followed by Ms. Reese.
My question's for David Chu. David, if you look at District 10, the last census showed a tremendous change in the diversity. District 10 is now 21% Latino, 28% Asian and Pacific Islander. And so what strategies do you believe the city should pursue to strengthen and support families here, given that diversity?
Thanks for that question, Devin. I think that since the last census, the changes we've seen in our city are trends that should bother all of us. We've had thousands of families that have moved out of San Francisco, thousands of tenants who've been evicted, of homeowners who've been foreclosed upon. We've seen almost half of our African American community out-migrate. And I think if the next mayor does not figure out how to reverse these trends, we are not necessarily heading in a good direction. And I think it needs a holistic, comprehensive strategy to move forward. First and foremost, obviously, starting with affordable housing, making sure that everyone who wants to live here has an opportunity to live here. We have to build great schools. I certainly agree with Joanna Reese's comment that our next mayor needs to be an education mayor, to get involved in working in partnership with the school system that has not seen really mayors get involved. We also have to make sure that we are providing services for families, and I think in recent years we've taken exactly the opposite tack. We've been cutting after-school programs, we've been cutting programs for at-risk youth, we've been cutting our services to libraries and to park and to rec centers. We have to reverse all of that. And we frankly have to just make a commitment that we are going to change family flight, and we're going to keep and build our African-American community, and we're going to make sure that you don't just have to be a person who is wealthy to live in our great city. Thank you.
Thank you, Tony. I'm going to ask my question to Terry. Thought I'd go after another woman on the panel. Yeah. Well, we have, and we will continue to talk a lot about keeping families here. But I think, you know, that the flip side of that is that sometimes we focus when we say families on our children. But the truth of the matter is that most of the people in San Francisco, and certainly most of our voters, are over the age of 50. And our families, our extended families, reach out to our senior population as well. How are we going to help keep all of our families, the generational families here? What are we going to do to keep San Francisco seniors happy and well in place?
Well, one thing about seniors, when you supply good services to them, they use them all the time very well. This is a community that is very, very easy to reach. And we have wonderful services, and they are being cut back as we speak. So we bring ourselves back to the problem of taxing the rich. People need services, and it's all going upwards, and we need to tax the rich to bring it back down and use it. We also need housing that is not for the rich. At this point, we have 120% of the housing for rich people that we need. I don't think San Francisco needs any rich people. I mean, any more rich people. Let me say that. Well,